When I first started doing regular service work, I hated it. I first started when I transferred to Breck in 8th grade. As part of the curriculum starting in middle school, all Breck students volunteer in some capacity throughout the school year. As I transitioned into high school, this meant taking a bus every Wednesday morning to a service site. I believe that the choice Breck made to incorporate service learning into their curriculum was well intentioned, but I also think it's an imperfect model and could have unintended consequences. To use a personal example, we would drive 20 minutes to Second Harvest Heartland, volunteer for an hour, and then drive 20 minutes back. We didn't interact with the community, didn't see an impact report, or any assessment of how much food we packaged. I started thinking, could those 40 minutes of driving on a diesel bus and 1 hour a week of service have been put to better use? It was when I volunteered at Robbinsdale Spanish Immersion my senior year of high school that I started to fall in love with service. I got to make connections and build relationships with kids and see the impact that I had on the first grade classroom that I was placed with. When I decided that I wanted to take a gap year in between high school and college, it was non negotiable for me that I find an organization that was aligned with my values and not centered around saving anyone. That's why I chose to go to Ecuador with a nonprofit called Global Citizen Year. I could still responsibly travel and be a part of a community without my presence being a burden. My host family was paid to host me, and I got placed with a service site that wanted a volunteer. My experience in Ecuador taught me about the importance of listening to the most marginalized voices, the importance of individual and community advocacy, and how to navigate some sometimes difficult cross cultural interaction. It also taught me that there can be a lot of tangible joy in service, and that love and fulfillment are the best motivators for participating in service. These skills and experiences have become the bedrock of a lot of my service work in college. I've grown a lot since high school and my gap year, and I'm grateful to continue to have the motivation and the opportunity to participate in service while continuing to examine my role and intentions behind my actions. My family and friends have been a huge support and guide for me as I've been on this journey. I joined CESP in my junior year of college so that I could grow in my service journey and be around other students that share my values and will push me to grow. In college, I've been fortunate enough to work at organizations like Metro South, Latino Youth Development Coalition, and more. They've instilled in me the importance of the power of an individual. In each of my service sites, I've been able to interact with individuals and build relationships with a lot of really cool people. I've also gotten to meet professionals in their field, teachers and program coordinators that are passionate about their jobs and have helped guide me in my own personal and professional journey. My ISEP project is with my internship with a small press called History Through Fiction. The publishing industry is notoriously homogenous. In 2020, a report came out that 78% of the major publishing houses were white, cis, straight women. My ISEP project is putting together a starter packet of DEI resources for my supervisor. The hope is that these resources can be a starting place to dig into the demographics of the industry and learn about the impact that a small press can have. I'm proud of my ISEP project, and I know that it's just the beginning. Special shout out to my Friday morning class for all of their help and suggestions as I try and build this project. As I move forward from college, I want to carry these lessons with me and my values and experiences. Service has taught me that I value accountability and organizational and environmental sustainability and fostering relationships between individuals and communities. That's why I've committed to being a kayak guide in the San Juan Islands this summer, since I'll be able to be immersed in nature and safely guiding others through it by teaching and practicing a form of environmental stewardship. I'm also interested in being an English teaching assistant in Spain after graduation. While normally this type of program would give me pause in the United States, since a lot of folks can do more harm than good in short-term teaching positions, this teaching gig differs from a lot of American programs since ETAs are not given much responsibility. It's clear that you're only there to support, not build a program from scratch. Your presence is requested by the community that you're helping, which I've learned is never a guarantee in service. You're also paid a living wage, which is not guaranteed in a nonprofit. I feel better about going into a community where I can reasonably provide my skills and talents and be paid a living wage, plus bonus points if it's in Spain. No matter what my future job is, though, I know that I want it to be centered around service and helping my community. I'm nothing without the support of my people, and I would love to support others in however way I can while sticking to my values. A huge thank you and big gratitude to the Community Engagement Scholars Program and all that have supported me through it.